Welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. Joining me is Bess Freedman. She's the CEO of Brown Harris Stevens. We're going to take a look at national and regional real estate trends, particularly within the luxury market, as we navigate through COVID-19. Bess, it's great to have you with us. Thanks so much for joining.
Thank you so much, Jill. It's so nice to be here. Nice to see you.
Yeah, same here. So let's take a look at our first trend that we want to discuss. Clearly, the New York City market is on top of everyone's mind, considering we were the epicenter of COVID-19, considering how lofty New York City real estate prices were going. How do you think it's going to look on the other side?
You know, it's going to take a little bit of time. It's going to be slow and steady. And as you know, we've been on pause here in New York City. So real estate professionals have not been able to show properties. So without showing them, it's very hard to sell them because people want to walk into the buildings. They want to see the elevators. They want to see the hallways. So we've had to do everything sort of via Zoom or FaceTime. And so we've created this guidebook to help sellers so that they can show properties, you know, through their phones or their computers to potential purchasers, but it's really slowed down incredibly.
Yeah, well, when you do open up back up again and people can go into the buildings, do you think there's going to be a lot of demand there? Or do you think that could touch on what the second trend is, where you're seeing an uptick in areas like the Hamptons? Do you think New York City residents are going to look for more space, not being trapped in their apartments?
I think there's a lot of that. I mean, what we saw when this pandemic hit was New Yorkers, you know, they have second and third homes many times. And so a lot of them have fled and have gone to the Hamptons and either rented a home, or they're now in their homes that they owned, or they may have rented out and they're not going to Europe this summer. And so I think for New Yorkers are trying to figure out, do I want to change my space? Do I want to leave New York altogether? Do I need a home office? Like, people are re-examining everything. And so for New Yorkers, you know, there's going to be some that are just not willing to ever leave, such as myself, who love everything about this city and understand that we're going through a transition and have to adapt. But some families I've heard of who have children have said, you know, we're going to spend the next year, we're leaving New York. Can you rent our apartment for us? We want to take some time. We want outdoor space. We don't want to be in vertical living. And I think some people have health issues, or small children may take some time and go someplace else. And there's going to be others that stay here. So we're going to have to see how that unravels.
What about other regional hotspots, like Miami as an example?
Well, Miami has actually done incredibly well in this environment. You know, people have wanted to go there. They're doing good sales and good rentals. And Palm Beach has been bonkers. I mean, we have no supply there and everybody wants to buy or rent. You know, the agents tell me that they're the busiest they've ever been. We just closed on a house that was $43 million 2 weeks ago. So
Wow.
There's a lot of spending going on there. People find that is a great place to be. You know, it's a nice community for people. So that area has done well, and it was doing well even before the pandemic because of that cap on the SALT deduction. You know, people were leaving New York because of that. And so this is only, you know, added a little bit more fuel to that fire.
Yeah, it sounds as if regionally it's going to be great for buyers, and in some other regions it's going to be great for sellers.
Exactly. And I think for New York City, once we open up, and it's looking like we're going to be able to start showings again June 22nd, I'm guessing. If everything goes well, the rate of transmission stays where it is, and we're doing, you know, the numbers look good, then I think it's going to be slow and steady. And then people are going to the ones who need to sell or rent are going to continue to want to do that. And I do think there's going to be a lot more inventory on the market once we open up, because we've kind of been pent up and holding off. And I think people are going to want to get out there and start getting busy again.
All right, Bess, thanks so much for joining us on Trade Talks.
Thank you, Jill. Take care. Be safe.
All right, same to you, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.
Thank you.